On the western shores of Faerun lies the city of Waterdeep, a place of business for many, opportunity for others, and a called home by countless thousands. But all know it as a city of splendor. Its history is old, older than the noble families that rule the upper wards, older than Baldur's Gate or Icewind Dale, older even than Neverwinter Forest, and the great plains that succumbed to the spell plague and calamity. It has preserved its history. Its history is contiguous. The city behind its high white walls has never fallen. This hub of many races who make up the spanning castes, the city of spectrums, great wealth and oppressive poverty, festivals and fairs and crime and corruption, adventure and intrigue, and pampering and imbibing. A dichotomous city. Nobles of the North Ward who parade through the streets and throw elegant balls to flaunt their wealth, and just beyond the walls that divide them from the field ward that houses the hungry mouths, and some of them old beggars, others children made orphans by a parent's vice, or war, or both. Each of its 7 wards house humans, tiefling, dwarves, half-orcs, elves, dragonborn, the half of the world of creatures. Merchants can be called here, calling out their contents to the stalls and the trades wards. Smells of freshly caught fish, ripe fruits, and spices brought in by the traders who travel over the Sea of Swords. The great graveyard, called the City of the Dead, sits in the eastern portion. It houses countless dead from 7 and 7 and 7 generations past. The walls have been erected around it. Guards patrol it in case any upstart necromancer is looking for flesh for his dark magic. No dead wander about, but it's a large graveyard. That doesn't stop children from telling ghost stories, or daring one another to sneak in and stay the night. Childish things, adults will say. But even a grown man is superstitious enough that he wouldn't partake in any dare of that sort. On the southern side of the city looms Mount Waterdeep, a natural landmark that sweetens an already beautiful city. Its peak, a white-capped, come a few months, but now, in the autumn pre-winter chill, it catches the morning sun and glows like a beacon. It once housed the original denizens that started the city of Waterdeep. Tunnels and mines run through its core, but it's been long since abandoned. Or so the city thought. There's been rumblings in the dark, sounds from old mines, a troll disappearing from here or there. Some say it's a troll, or perhaps underdark creatures striking in the night. Others rumored that a mage took residence there. But that's a story for another time. This story has more humble beginnings. We start our adventure in the warmth of the Yawning Portal Inn. 4 unlikely friends find themselves, as they say, in the right place at the wrong time. Athronis, how do you enter the tavern?
I'm describing how I'm entering, right?
Yeah, you are entering, and I'll kind of give you the rundown as...
All right, if I'm going in through the door, what do I see as I open this bad boy?
As you enter the Yawning Portal, you see it's a busy night. There are many guests crowding the many tables, but you're able to manage to spot one that is empty.
Just a bit at my own pace, full on current suit as my lovely little portrait portrayed, hat, no cigar, just some gloves that are oddly tipped, and that's really about it. There's a small chain that hangs from my side. It would look like it'd go to a pocket watch, but it actually has a small silver little pendant. On closer inspection, has a very distinct symbol, but he keeps it under his coat.
All right. Do you sit down at the table?
I do. I pull up. Is there a chair there, or am I have to steal someone from someone?
No, there's a handful of chairs. Looks like some people might have taken a few, but there's still a number of chairs around. Oh, I
look specifically for the one that looks the most durable. Not saying this is a weapon, but if I needed to, say, hit someone across the face with it, it looked like it could take a hit or two.
Fair enough. They're all of similar durability, but you're able to make a kind of bit of insight into
If I broke one
how.
across one dude's face, I'd still have the
Yeah,
legs to use as weapons.
yeah, yeah. Well, and did you bring your cane with you as well?
I did.
Nice. All right. You sit down. What do you do as you kind of sit down? I assume you order a drink, and a barmaid comes up and uh, takes your order and runs off back to the kitchens.
Yes.
And get
I'll specifically order 2.
to.
Let's go with 2 ales for the time.
All right. All right. She runs off to get you your 2 ales.
I just
And
take out a small cigarette and light it.
nice. As you do that, Celia, how do you enter the Yawning Portal?
Ooh. So a tall, slim figure is going to walk through the door. She is completely covered in a cloak, the hood up, concealing her face, so really hard to make out what it is that she looks like. However, from the bottom down, you are able to see kind of a very flamboyant skirt that kind of rustles as she walks by. Her steps are very light, very uh, graceful as she kind of takes a look around the tavern. Is it kind of the same thing that Orthrana saw?
Yeah. There is a table that you're able to find that has currently only one person sitting at it, but there's a decent amount of space in case you want to, sit close by or, on the far end.
Okay. She is going to make her way over to that table. As she walks, there's going to be the hilt of a rapier that kind of protrudes out of the cloak, kind of catches the light of the tavern. But she walks with a purpose as she heads over to the table Orthronus is sitting at and stands behind the chair directly next to him. She's going to just kind of look over at his direction and just ask, is the seat taken?
This one, I'm afraid, is next one on the side might be open, but I'm waiting for a friend, if you don't mind.
A friend. Interesting. And she will kind of sway her way over to the chair that he was mentioning and just look at, I guess, him and her surroundings for now.
There are a number of chairs at this table. You could sit down and leave space for someone else, potentially.
Yeah, that's what she's going to do because she heard that the chair was taken and she doesn't want to be rude yet.
All right.
The chair is essentially not directly next to him, but just a little bit across. Like, let's say if he wanted to put his feet up.
Ah, I see.
I see. Close enough for that. All right. Do you
For
order
now,
anything?
she'll sit at another table. No, she won't order anything yet. She'll just kind of sit there and just listen around her for now.
Yeah, you were able to manage to find a chair pretty close by with a. Do you think it's with another group or?
It'll probably be at that same table, but just
Okay, yeah, same
the
table,
next chair down.
Yeah. All right. You're not ordering anything currently. As that happens, Thrawnus, your 2 ales come in. It's 2 stone-ass light ales for you, dearie. Have a nice. Do you want to pay now, or do you want to open a tap? Or do you already have a tap that's open?
Is this my first day here?
This is not your first day at the.
I would have definitely opened a tab.
Okay. All right. That's a silver for both of those, or the silver total for those. So I'll add that to your tab.
That's much appreciated. And he's gonna scoot one of the drinks over to the other table, but then he's gonna wait till she leaves before he essentially kicks his feet up to the chair.
All right. So you're passing up your ale to Celia, then?
I'm passing a beer in front of an empty chair, then I'm putting my feet up on said chair.
I see.
I think Celia would just kind of look over at it curiously. You can't see it, but she's raising an eyebrow, kind of intrigued by this behavior, but she doesn't say anything for now.
Right? As this interaction is happening, Nyla, how do you enter the Yawning Portal?
Okay. So a soft clink is heard at the entrance of the bar as a young woman walks in. The light of the tavern bounces off her almost unrealistic skin-tight armor, as it distracts others from her golden blonde hair as it drapes over her shoulders and flows gracefully behind her. Her soft, pale skin and the way she holds herself doesn't seem to fit well in the setting, but she made her way around the tavern as if she knew where she was. Are there any open seats at the bar?
There is a seat open. You're able to. It's between two people. There's a couple of them that are open, like between a couple of people, but you're gonna be next to two people currently if you sit at the bar.
Seeing that there's a seat by the bar, she makes her way over very calmly and grabs a seat. Looking around, observing her surroundings, her brow raises, kind of almost in curiosity, but she brushes it off and faces the bartender, seeing if he's busy.
Yeah. I should also describe real quick. This tavern is 4 stories tall, actually. It's quite large. And there is a central overlook in each upper area. You guys are currently on the ground floor. There is a central overlook, kind of like a sitting area on each floor above. And all kind of accumulating into this dark well at the bottom. You see actually a line of rope descending into this well. And as you take a seat, you look over to the bartender. Do you say anything?
So looking at the bartender, she's going to raise her right hand and kind of wave him over. And she's going to speak, basically asking, "Excuse me, sir. Are you Durnan? The owner of this tavern?"
As you do that, you see that man, not kind of fully looking at you, like he's looking and multitasking, like he's pours a flagon of ale, and at the same time is kind of nodding in approval to something one of his employees is doing, and he walks over to you and kind of gives you a nod. Yeah, that would be me.
Ah, lovely. I've heard this would be the place to look for jobs, if that's correct. By chance, may I grab one of those? She points over to like one of the patrons with a beer in their hand.
Hi, yeah. You got coin, right?
Of course.
Okay. I'll get you one in a moment. And we can... It's busy tonight, so I can't talk in depth with you about any jobs, but perhaps later.
That's understandable. I'll just be right here. As she says that, she kind of swerves in her stool and leans back and looks over at the hole, kind of with this peculiar look, noticing all the other patrons sitting with their friends or enemies or so-and-so as she waits for her drink.
Yeah, all right. And as that happens, shortly after... actually, no, I'll say that a little time passes around this time. Let's hop back over to Celia and Athronis. How are things going there with the two of you? Or has anything of note happened?
I think Celia's saying she's kind of watching everyone come in, and I think as Nyla made her entrance, there was a moment of not so much disgust, because you can't really see that on her face, but she does turn away, and she like scoffs under her breath just by how shiny she is,
Hmm.
how bright she is. So she kind of turns away from her, but she's still just trying to listen to what the other patrons in the bar are talking about.
Yeah, I think it's worth noting a little bit that Thelia and Nothronus, as you two walked in, there wasn't like a ton of nobody like stopped drinking to kind of gawk at you or anything like that. It was kind of you guys just kind of came in and were kind of accepted into the crowd. I think Nyla, as you entered, there were a couple of heads that kind of turned. It's like probably a couple, as in like, what are you wearing? And it's like that is not practical. Or someone's like, that's very shiny. I wonder what else she might have on her, or
That's
something
so
like that.
bright.
Yeah, it's
It's almost like she's this glowing mass of light that shouldn't be here.
Yeah. Yeah, Cecilia just kind of scoffs under her breath, like, what is she doing? But yeah, and then she's just gonna go back to listening to her surroundings.
yeah. Nyla, your drink comes to you, but as promised, or as told, he has remained busy dealing with other people and situations and such.
Is the beer cold?
It is chilled, not
Does it-
cold per se.
Okay. And does it taste good? Like of what quality?
They actually. I'm not going to go into the details necessarily at this moment. But they do give you a a couple of options on what to get.
Okay. Yeah, she'll pick something that's relatively of a higher class.
Yeah, it's I'm gonna say for that you get you pay 1 silver for that. It's a solid quality ale. I don't know if you've drank a ton of ale, so I don't know how you would react regardless.
She normally doesn't drink beer, so the
Yeah.
moment she puts it to her lips, the scent kind of throws her off. But she takes a quick sip, and an immediate face of disgust kind of like crinkles up over her face. But she's like, okay, it's okay.
Can I see that with a 12 in perception?
Yeah, I think you can. I think. Well, if
I'm
nothing
very
else,
shiny.
blindingly obvious. So-
Because I don't know if I would be to my back to her or would I see her from the side or because
You could see her from. I'll say that you guys could see her from the side.
Okay, as soon as I see that, there's just an audible chuckle,
Yeah,
followed by me taking a very large swig of mine.
she just kind of takes that sip, makes the face, and she looks at the ale, kind of like, oh, why did I spent money on this? Okay. And she just kind of swirls it. She's gonna nurse this drink for as long as she can.
Yeah, what's your passive perception out of curiosity?
Mine is 12.
Okay. Then I'm gonna rule that you, with your passive at least, you do not see him chuckling at you
Okay, that's fair.
across the room.
I'm too disgusted with the drink in my hand.
But Celia, you probably would notice him chuckling. I don't know if you notice her.
I probably wouldn't notice her, but I would notice the chuckling, and I think I would ask, what's so funny?
Just watching the entertainment of the day. And this is a new one. I haven't seen her before.
Are you referring to the obnoxiously bright one?
It's a nice nickname, but I'm sure you can do better. But yes, that's who I was referring to.
She'll take a look at Arthronis and then side-eye Nyla and just go, so she's new in town as well.
She has not been here in the time I have been. Then again, my time here has not been long.
So you're new here as well. And she'll kind of sound a little bit disappointed.
Oh, sweetheart, you gotta temper those expectations. Are you saying you're new here?
I'm actually gonna. Sorry, I don't mean to cut this conversation short, but I think that this would be particularly with that line, I just like the image of Cordelia. How do you arrive?
All right. Okay, I'm so
Temper your
nervous and so
expectations.
excited at the same time for this.
She busts through the
Okay.
roof.
So, you are going to. All right, so you are going to hear just a very loud thump. What kind of doors are on this tavern, by the way? Is it like two swinging saloon doors or just one door?
It's a one door. It's not saloon doors. It's like a door, like a wooden
Okay,
hinges and all that.
okay, I gotcha. All right, so you are going
I
to hear
like the
a
image.
loud. Oh, go
I
ahead.
like the image of saloon doors, but I just that's not what they have here.
All right. So yeah, you're just gonna hear this loud, thunderous thump as the door just swings open, and standing there is a young little halfling woman. She just bursts through the door, grasping either side of the door frame, and she looks like a wreck. Her skin is like reds from sunburn. Her hair is like this curly, reddish auburn color, and it's dusty, tangled, and hanging wildly around her face. And she is wearing this ridiculously ruffled wedding dress, and the once white skirt just hangs on her in sort of mud-caked strips. And a beautiful new rifle is slung over her left shoulder and a small leather satchel over the other. She draws one loud breath, and glaring through the sea of patrons, she shouts, "I'm looking for a barman, and he better have a drink or be my daddy." She falls flat on her face.
Oh,
Uh, yeah, with that occurrence, I think that almost like brings like the tavern not necessarily silent, but it definitely gets quieter as people just like kind of stop to see what just happened. The waitress, the barmaid that was helping Eothronis earlier, she actually kind of rushes from like one of the tables to kind of come and kind of pick Cordelia up and kind of see if she's okay. I assume you're, stable, just not conscious currently.
Yeah, she is out.
There is an audible laugh, just no longer holding it back.
Oh boy.
She actually, after a couple of seconds, she brings, actually with like a little bit of a surprising amount of strength, she actually kind of picks up Cordelia and kind of brings her over to your table, Athronis, Celia, and kind of asks, "I know you might be waiting on somebody here, but this little lass is fallen a little out of it seems, out of sorts. I was wondering if I could set her up at this table till she wakes up."
If you'd like, there's a spare chair over there.
Thank you. And she will.
I'm not moving my feet. This seat is mine.
What a gentleman.
She will set Cordelia up at the table, and I think that you can determine when she wakes up.
Yeah.
But,
I think Celia's going to reach over and just, curiously poking at her cheek.
um,
I'm going to pretend to drink, but watch her both just to see if she's going to try to make a move for her.
seeing this poor small thing fall through the door and not really understand what she said because the accent completely was foreign to her, she just takes a really deep sigh and she's like, "I must do God's work." And she gets up from her seat and she makes her way to the table and looks down at the two people who are conscious and the one who is unconscious. Is she a friend of yours?
Nope. She's
Saying
going to keep
that, we are
poking her cheek.
face.
I'm gonna roll to see if she wakes up. Let's see. What should be the height of this roll? That's a 19. She shoots right up.
Oh my.
Yeah. So Cordelia just shoots straight up like, "Ah! All right," and she's like, "That is Duncan, you son of a, where are you?"
I think Celia
Alright,
kind of
I'm-
jumps back and puts her hands up and just quickly goes, "It wasn't me, I swear."
Oh.
Just more laughing.
Dear child, are you all right?
No.
She's just gonna look around. She's gonna be like did I make it? Is this the Yawning Portal?
Now it's kind of to look at everybody in this table, thinking that they all knew each other, even though they said they didn't, just to see if they're gonna answer. But she just slightly nodded her head, yes.
Yes.
Thank you. All right. And she's gonna go to stand up, but she's gonna wobble and just like sit back down again and be like, yeah, that's not a good idea. and she's just gonna slide her rifle off of her shoulder and just slam it down on the table and just try to get her bearings.
A very
Alright.
audible sigh escapes Nyla's lips. It's just like, oh, I'm assuming then you don't need help then.
Well, unless you're a barman, have you heard of Frank Barman? That's my. And she's gonna pause for a second, and she's gonna like sort of whisper at you. Frank Barman's my daddy, and I need to find him. He said that he was gonna be here.
Oh my, okay. If it's liquor you're looking for, you can have this. And she offers her the beer that she barely touched. It's the least I can do. Just woke up.
Is the drink cold?
It's
Like, if she holds
chilled,
it,
but a
she
little
tells
bit.
it. Okay.
It's not warm or lukewarm, but it's like a smidge colder than that, but not by much.
Okay. Feeling that it's a bit cool, she is going to down that drink and she's gonna like try to hold it in, but she is going to spit it right back into the cup and be like, okay, what is this, cactus water?
I don't want to dictate what you're
think,
doing, but I almost imagine you like spit it over the.
I
I was
think
about to say,
seeing
if I
that
did, I'd
Celia's
immediately
going
flip the tabor.
Oh yeah.
Depending, how obvious is going to be that she's about to spit in front of us, and who is she aiming this towards?
Oh, she's putting it back in the cup. Back in the
Okay,
mug.
good. I'm not going to lie, one of you two is about to become my shield.
I think
too
seeing
badass.
that she spit it back up, Celia's actually gonna reach over the other cup that Earthon has ordered and hasn't touched, and just quickly slide it over to Cordelia. Try this one. See if this one's better.
I'd cock you an eyebrow and say, someone was waiting for that.
Just get him another one.
How about you get him another one?
We'll cross
Uh,
that bridge when we get to there. But here, try this one. See if this one's better.
Cordelia's just looking at you two like wearily, like her eyes like have the biggest bags you ever did see under them. She's looking at you like, huh? So can I have this or not?
Just
I'll
drink
do
it.
you one better, and he'll grab the cup, pull out a mini flask, and pour something into it. Then cap it, put it back in his pocket. You can drink it if you want.
Is this gonna taste like cactus water or is it like okay?
That'll be for you to decide.
What
Oh
does
boy.
cactus water even taste like?
Gross. I understand it.
I see.
Around this time, the barmaid from before comes back with actually like a flagon of ale and a flagon that, as she kind of sets them down, you recognize as water.
Are you sure it's not vodka?
All right, who's trying this one?
It's a clear liquid. You can test it if you want. Maybe it's cactus juice.
It's like I heard someone wanted cactus water.
I heard you say cactus water, so I just brought this out. Okay, yeah, it's good. You're awake. I wanted to make sure you were doing all right. Seems like you got set up here with some folks. My name's Bonnie. I'm gonna be busy with other folks, but call me over if you need anything.
Cordelia, she's gonna grab what she assumes to be water and chug it down in one long continuous gulp.
It is water.
And then, okay, cool. It's just water. And then she's going to
There's
grab.
lemon in it. A
Ooh,
little bit of lemon
Ooh,
juice.
fancy.
Fancy. Okay, that's very. She loves that. So then she's gonna grab Bonnie. She's gonna be like, "Listen, Miss Bonnie, do you know a Frank Barman? I kind of need to
I
find him. It said he was gonna. He said he was gonna be here. I don't know for how long."
I I I think I heard the name, but that was like over a month or two ago. Sorry, I don't know anything that could help you. She's a little intimidated by you just kind of grabbing her.
Oh, poor girl. Um, well, what about your boss? Do you have like a book I could check or anything? Like, I need to find him. It's pretty urgent.
Uh, we can talk maybe later. We're a
Not
bit
later,
busy at the moment.
now. I
We're
have
busy at the
ridden
moment.
10 days through God knows what land. Please just help me out here. I have been, and she's gonna look around. And she's gonna sort of shrink away, and she's just gonna whisper very intently to Bonnie. Please just get me your boss. Get me the book, the check-in book. I don't care. Just help me find the name Frank Barman. All right, please, pretty please.
Let me roll something real quick. Okay. Uh, she kind of gives you like a nod. It's like, I can't do it right now, but please, not at this second. In a little bit. I'll see what I can do.
She's just gonna shrink sort of defeatedly, like kind of too tired to argue much more and just slump back into her seat. She's like, all right, and just lay her head back on the table.
Please, though, make yourself at home. Though, I mean, not too much. We don't pardon to solicitors or, yeah, we have rooms though, if you have coin.
And she's just gonna take her satchel off of her other shoulder and just sort of whack it onto the table and like start randomly fishing around in there, not even looking. She's just got her hand in there looking for something of coin. I'll pay you later. So if I gotta do the dishes, then I'll do that. I'll do the real nice for you. Just yeah.
I'm sure we can figure something else if it comes to that.
All
Figure
right.
something out.
Okay.
But later on, sometime later tonight, I'm sure we can talk with Durnan and see what the situation is.
Oh,
All right. Thank you, Miss Bonnie.
Miss Bonnie, before you head off, please just let Mr. Durnan know that I'm over here instead of where I was sitting earlier, please. I'd much appreciate
Oh,
it.
you're staying here.
I mean, I figure you might need help. This one seems like she might need a bit of tending to.
Do you have a cloak or something? You're very bright.
I apologize. It's just, I shine with the love of God.
Do you have a cloak to cover that up? Is that something you could turn off for now?
I do apologize, but I would never want to turn off the love of God. I am very, very honored to know that it blinds you so. But if it does bother you this much, I will look into getting something to hide.
Celia is going to take off her cloak and throw it on her.
Oh.
Just, please, it's blinding.
She kind of like does like a hard swallow as she's like touching this cloak very tenderly with like 2 fingers.
Yeah, it's not a well-kept cloak. It's very, very much worn.
Yeah, and she can see that, and she's kind of just like looking at it, almost like there's a bit of a disgust on her face, but it quickly changes into like a look of like concern, and she like smiles over at you, and she very gingerly wraps it over one shoulder.
Toga party. Toga party.
She'll
Thank
look
you.
at you and just kind of narrow her eyes And then, no, that won't do it all. But it's so bright. And she'll reach over and try to properly put the cloak on you so that it's covering you.
As you get closer to her, she kind of like holds her breath as you're like fiddling around with this cloak around her, and she kind of like stiffens until you move away, and she's just like, "Oh, well, thank you for your assistance."
As she's finishes, she takes a step back and she looks on proud, like, "Oh, that's so much better."
I'm sorry, ma'am.
You could pay me back for the cloak later. It's fine.
Oh, I would not I would never dare to keep.
And then
such
she'll
a
sit down
precious
and just completely
item.
ignore everything else you have to say.
Yeah, like she's trying to like say things to like try to remove the cloak off of her without being rude, but she's just like stammering and trying to say, "It's so important to you. You should have it back. Oh my God, this is you should keep this." But she's so petrified that this thing is on her that it's not coming out properly.
Perfect.
What quality cloak is this, out of curiosity?
It's like, what quality is it?
Yeah, like, is it
No, it's a very worn cloak. Like, it's something that
Does it
technically.
smell?
So technically, it wasn't hers.
Oh,
She's
Even better.
recently got in possession of this cloak.
Oh,
Velvet? Is it wool? What is it?
It is a woolen cloak. I think at one point it was green.
oh.
But she has draped it over your shoulder and is now acting like it is one of her most prized possessions. And she is just letting you know, it's fine. You could keep it. I'll just pay me back for it later.
I
For
dare
the
not
cloak.
hold on to it much longer than need be. But thank you for your kindness, ma'am.
She'll just wave you off, like, no, it's fine.
Good.
She's literally just kind of standing there, kind of petrified, still trying to absorb the idea that this is on her.
She'll flash Bonnie a smile and just shake her head and go, I think we're fine. Thank you, though. You look like you're hard
Alright.
at work. We don't want to keep you for very much longer.
She walks off. A little like, okay.
Wait, is the barmaid still there?
She just walked off, but he can catch her to ask for something.
Then I would just maybe a few steps away from everyone else and just ask, you know what, we'll need 2 more ales. 1 on her tab, 1 on mine.
Whose tab?
Pointing to, I didn't actually catch her name, so I'm just going to point to the drow.
Oh, I'm not
I-
paying that tab, but okay.
I brought over another one over here with Cordelia. This little lass is, with the water.
I need another mug. This is for someone else.
All right, I'll bring one over.
Thank you, much appreciated.
Right.
And one for me too, please.
Nope. Okay. Yep. Can do. She'll
Goes
walk
back,
off the
kicks his
station.
feet up, and just continues drinking.
Does Celia hear this? That he's trying to put
I
a
assume
drink
so,
on her
yes.
tab.
I assumed, yeah. I don't think he's trying to hide it.
No, he was
Okay.
not. He was a few feet away, but he said that very clearly and very obviously pointed you out.
Okay, that's fair. She'll just smile back at him.
Yeah. Can I get everybody's passive perception?
12.
Oh.
12.
12.
10. 10.
Oh,
He's not passive people.
Nope. We ain't
I
perceptive.
see none of y'all took perception as a skill,
Nope.
Mm-mm.
or at least
I wanted to, but I'm a barbarian.
fair enough. Fair enough.
Want to, but my character's dumb.
no.
Kinda.
I'm not wise.
Fair enough.
Yeah, neither am I.
enough.
Not a very smart character.
I'm not very wise.
I think that's
That's
understandable.
kind of fitting.
Mm-hmm.
I think then a little bit of time passes as you guys kind of enjoy your drink. And
Oh yeah,
Yes.
if the barmaid comes
Happy.
back with 2, Celia's gonna grab the one that he ordered extra and just start drinking from it.
Yeah, no, I'd asked those specifically. I don't know how I'd be able to stop that because who does she approach with them?
She has not come out yet. Also.
Okay,
Oh, I
good.
guess I'm waiting for that then.
Yeah, Celia's
'Cause
also waiting.
I don't know this is gonna happen, but I'm assuming she'd bring them to me, but I don't know how she'll do it.
Yeah. Actually, does anybody else have anything they want to add?
I
Yeah.
was gonna walk over to a table where I thought I saw someone I may have recognized.
Did you?
Okay, then I'm going to go over and try and see if I can talk to the one person that I think I recognize.
Okay. You kind of perk up and look over in her direction, kind of getting the idea to go over and talk with her. As you kind of stand up to do so, you see a number of other people. Like 5 other people kind of go up over to her table. And they kind of begin having a talk, and it does not look like a pleasant one. You can roll a perception or investigation if you'd like.
I'll try to get as close as I can without being too obvious that's where I'm going. I guess I'll go for perception.
With your astounding +2.
That's a dirty 20.
Yeah. First roll of the game. I mean, first roll of your guys. I think. All right, that's a good start. You recognize these people that are kind of approaching this woman as they're wearing some dark, deep purple. Like a couple of them are wearing cloaks. One of them has a undershirt under some leather armor. And you notice on various hands and arms and like a neck of one of them, tattoos of eyes.
The woman or the people around her?
And they are beginning to have this talk that they're having is heating up into some shouting.
Okay, did I notice the eyes on the people she was talking to or on her?
On the people that she's arguing with.
Okay, well, I'm going to quickly curse in Draconic and just try to get a little closer.
So I'll say that you're a little closer. You've kind of walked a bit closer at this point, and as the rest of you notice as he kind of abruptly stands up and begins walking towards another table, all the noise in the tavern is eclipsed by a shout. "You pig! You like killing me, mate, does ya?" Then a 7-foot-tall half-orc is hit by a wild swinging punch from a male human whose shaved head is covered in those eye-shaped tattoos. 4 other humanoids are standing behind him, ready to jump into the fray. The half-orc cracks her knuckles and roars as she leaps at the tattooed figure. But before you can see if blood is drawn, a crowd of spectators begins to cluster around the brawl. What do you all do?
Try to make my way to the front of that, grabbing both my brass knuckles and having them at the ready.
All right.
I think there's a spark of excitement in Celia's eyes as she'll quickly stand up and join of onlookers.
I think one thing that you guys would notice at this point, none of these people currently have weapons, at least drawn. They might have them hidden or on them, but they do not have them drawn in this battle. Just so you guys all know.
Okay.
Yeah. Nyla's gonna make her way towards the current group that's growing, and as she is, she accidentally loses the cloak in the crowd.
Just walk on it.
It's fine. You can just pay her back for it later. It's okay. You lost my mother's precious antique cloak.
Oh shit!
Mommy.
And she's gonna try to push her way towards the front of the crowd.
All right. So we got Thrawn trying to, I assume, enter the battle. From the
Essentially.
sounds of it. Got Celia and Nyla kind of joining the crowd of onlookers currently. Cordelia, what do you do?
So Cordelia is going to lift her head wearily and just go like, oh my god.
The worst hangover and then this.
Well, it's not even a hangover. She's just downright exhausted. So she is going to just grumble and stand, like just stomp on top of the table, stand up there, and pick up her rifle.
Oh,
And
shit.
She's gonna hold it on her hip and just kind of have it pointing at the ceiling and ready to fire it a warning shot if she needs to.
All right. You see Durnan from kind of behind the bar. It's like, hey, don't do that in here. Mahogany.
Huh? She's just gonna be like, huh?
Don't fuck up my ceiling.
Well, it wasn't intended.
She shoots through the ceiling and hits someone on the floor above.
That too, but my ceiling.
Do it, do it.
So, I'm gonna say that a round has passed. Roll initiative, Rothfuss.
Yay.
My
First
character is
initiative
trying to
roll.
get close to the fight to try to break it up
All right.
because it is God's will.
Oh, this is not the roll I wanted. That's a 7.
Oh. I think my character's trying to look around to see if anyone's taking bets.
Fair enough.
Not gonna lie, Cordelia's just kind of like accidentally pointing her gun like anywhere. Like if she hears a noise, she's just gonna turn and it's gonna be pointed at somebody.
Oh, don't kill the barmaid.
Oh no!
I do not
her.
want to kill the barmaid.
Scare her half to death.
Got her name.
Poor
which is
thing.
funny. The half-orc goes first. Then it is these tattooed individuals. And Nyla, if you're gonna kind of try to step in, I think I'm gonna ask you to roll initiative as well.
Okay.
Be better than me.
If Cordelia has her gun pointed at the crowd, do you want me to roll initiative too?
I'm gonna say that Athronis, you're gonna still be in that first round, and Nyla, you're gonna not come in until the second round.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fine.
Just since he was ahead of you and
Mm-hmm,
already poised to get in there.
6.
All right.
Ew.
You said
then.
be better, and I got nervous.
Yeah. If you other two want to roll initiative too, just so that you guys can act on those turns, you guys can do that.
11.
11. With an astounding 11, you are the first to go. Well, on the second round.
Excuse me, 14, thank you.
Oh.
I mean, I'm not too surprised by that
Right,
because deck.
because it's, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's fine, Merida's not gonna, she's really gonna be looking around seeing if anyone's taking bets and wants enough to get in on that.
Fair enough. So that is the initiative currently. The table that Cordelia is standing on, the one that you guys were at, is right there.
Okay.
Right over there. The tables are a little bigger. It's a bit more spaced out than this. This is just a map that I found that works. The fight itself is happening right around there.
Okay.
A crowd is gathered around.
Fight.
Athronis, as you push your way through the crowd, you currently see this half-orc woman. She's got this bald, tattooed man, which seems to be the leader of this group, in a chokehold, basically. but the other 4 are right about to tackle her. So what do you do?
Oh, it's me. Then I guess I'm going up to whichever one of these 4s I can get to first. Here's a question because I didn't know if I had a chance to ask. My brass knuckles do count as light hand ones, so would I be able to do a bonus first one?
I will say yes.
Okay, then I'm going up to whichever one I guess I can get to first that isn't the leader she's currently dealing with, and take 2 swings at him.
Nice.
Cigar still in mouth, eye patch over the eye, and hoping this doesn't go poorly.
Fair enough, fair enough. I get so much writing on this. What did you roll to hit?
Oh, my roll.
That works.
Oh, I forgot I could do this. Bonus action rage.
Ah. Nice.
No
Yeah.
audible sounds, just an odd little twinkle in the eyes. Technically one eye.
Well, one eye exposed at least. Ooh.
And then I take my single swing because that was my bonus.
So make your attack.
Dirty 20.
Nice. That will hit.
Well then.
Roll for damage.
10.
You take this guy out.
Nice.
And I just ready my fist for the next one, and that's my turn.
Yeah. You want to describe how you is this lethal? Are you trying to like knock his
No,
skull
this is
in?
bludgeoning, but this is going for non-lethals. I'm assuming it'd be either gut or just a side of the head.
That's rough.
Murder it. Tell us how you murder.
No, I was going to say I'm specifically trying not to murder, but I did jump
okay.
in with the Superman punch just for flavor.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah. He does not like that, but he is currently out of the combat, so what's he gonna do about it? Vow revenge? Probably not.
No, of course not. No.
No! This is one of the 4, not the guy that she had in the chokehold, right?
Yes.
Alright. Celia, it is your turn.
What is the crowd doing right now?
There's a crowd that is kind of gathered around them currently to just kind of cheer them on. Yeah, this is pretty rowdy establishment all said and done, so
Yeah, she has joined that crowd, and she is also cheering them on.
Boy.
nice.
You just hear Celia from the back. Yeah, punch him again.
Punch him again. Yeah, a couple of people has gone like a little wild. It's like somebody else should. Awesome.
Yep. She's. I figure she's like standing on a chair nearby so she could get a better view. But she is definitely
Yeah.
part of that crowd, just cheering them on.
Is she like standing on the top of the chair
Yes.
just to be extra?
Yes, she is. She definitely is.
Just roll a dexterity just to see how that's going. I think. Sorry, it was my idea.
Dex check or
Dex
Dex
check,
save?
yes.
Okay, Dex check. That's
Or
gonna be.
I'll also
I mean,
say
it's
acrobatics
a
if you
natural
want to do that.
20. If you want to give me
Okay, yeah,
acrobatics, that's a 23.
Yeah, so yeah, you're doing it. Like you're having to catch yourself. You're not you're not that
I'm not
dexterous,
that
but
good. Yeah, of
You're
course.
you're bouncing. You're doing it.
In my mind, I am though. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's definitely on top of this chair, yelling down into the crowd as well.
Nice. All right. Cordelia, you are standing on top of this table.
Yes. So I am kind of confused as to what's happening. So this band of people with tattoo. Or no, wait. So there's a half orc and then there's tattooed people. They're attacking some woman. Is that what's happening?
There are these tattooed people that are attacking this half-orc woman.
Okay.
5 tattooed people on one half-orc woman. But she's also a large half-orc woman.
Okay. All right. So, all right. Yeah. Cordelia is going to. She's still standing on the table because she's a little tiny halfling woman. So, she's she needs all the height she can get. So she's standing on top of the table, and she's just going to point her rifle in the direction of that table, and just say, "Now I have had a long day / week, however you want to put it, and I would kindly appreciate some quiet. If you could just settle down, unless you want to get a butt full of lead." And she's going to point the gun directly at one of the tattooed people.
Roll an intimidation check.
Okay. Let's see. Ooh, okay. That is Wow, where is the thing? Yeah, that's 18.
Damn. All right. Yeah. There's 2 that kind of like stop, like they're about to lunge at this woman. And they kind of like hesitate for a moment. It's like one of them is like, "Oh, what are you gonna do with that thing?" Then like the other one's just like, "Do you not know what the? It's a rifle." And he just like grabs him by the cuff of his shirt and just like pulls him out. There are still 2 more these ruffians in there, and one of them is in a chokehold. So going pretty well.
Okay. So, all right. So one of the ruffians is in a chokehold. Okay. What about the one who isn't?
He's still like readying his kind of attack to just kind of try to knock this half-orc woman out. I think I'm gonna say though that would probably be your action to try to intimidate them.
Oh, okay.
At
All
least
right.
in this
Which
case,
worked, which is really good.
which
Yeah, that's
worked.
fine.
You
Yeah.
got 2 of them, so that's good.
All right. I can totally roll with that.
One of them does not know what a rifle is. The other one is smart. Ish.
Oh, so she's got a rifle with her? I thought she had like a pistol or something.
Nope, she's got a rifle.
It's got like a lever action rifle sort of thing.
Nice.
But it is very. I mean, one guy did not know what was going on, but it is obvious that it is a weapon. So that's kind of the balancing that I've kind of given this situation. All right, it is this half-orc woman. She's got him in a chokehold, and she's gonna try to like roll with him to try to like bash his head against the floor. Let us see how she does.
Tough cookie.
I mean that is an advantage, so let's just see. Okay, no. Yeah, she rolls and kind of smacks him against the floor, and he kind of goes limp. He's still alive and breathing, you can tell, but a little roughly. And she's then going to try to grab him by the ankle and swing him around to hit the other guy. That was getting ready to lunge at her. That will miss. That will unfortunately miss, and kind of launches him into the crowd. And the crowd manages to dodge out of the way, but he kind of like slumps against the wall of this kind of well in the center of this tavern. So he's like slumped against that wall right there. Actually, over there, I'll say.
Over where?
So
Okay.
there is one remaining, and he is just gonna roll to see how he's doing. Yeah, I rolled an intelligence check to see if he would realize that this is probably not good odds. He did not
Yeah, keep
roll
fighting.
well, so he's gonna lunge at this half-orc woman. He does hit, and let's see for how much. So yeah, he hits her kind of in the gut, but it did not do much to him. Like, she felt it, you can tell, but she kind of like looked back, disapproving at this guy. It is your turn, Athronis.
Cool. Then I guess I'll use my last 2 to essentially, I guess she'd be the old, yeah, no, just 1-2 to the back to just see if I can take him out quick.
All right,
18.
that will hit.
Should I roll my second one or just the damage first?
Roll the damage first.
That's another 10.
Yeah, knock him out. How do you want to take him out?
I think a good crack to the back of the head just to knock him out.
All right.
I've never seen that Wesley knockout Furley does to a Negro.
I think as he kind of lunges at her, he's reeling for a moment with his head down, and you just like bring your arm down, kind of smack him at the back of the head, and he just falls limp. It's like the off switch for human beings.
It's simple enough.
All right. This half-orc woman turns to you and says, "Thanks for the help. I probably had it, but it's appreciated nonetheless."
I know you had it, but I couldn't let you have all the fun.
Like you. As she says that, there is a noise that kind of rings out through the tavern. This sort of loud groaning sound. And there's this kind of like thudding sound, like crunching sort of sound that you hear as shouts of alarm suddenly ring out as a hulking creature climbs out of the middle of the shaft in this tap room. A monster with warty green skin, a tangled nest of wiry black hair, a long carrot-shaped nose, and bloodshot eyes. As it bares its yellow teeth and howls, you can see that a half-dozen bat-like creatures are attached to its body, with 3 more circling above it like flies. Everyone in the tavern reacts in fear, except the barkeep Dernan, who shouts, "Troll!" So we'll be keeping the same initiative.
Wait, what did he say?
Ew. Yeah, what did he scream?
Troll.
Troll.
Ew, troll. Okay.
All right.
And there's a number of bat-like creatures that are circling around.
This will be fun.
Thranas, you hear the half-orc woman say, "Well, I guess the fight's not over yet."
I'll look to her nice. You ever suplexed one of those?
Me? No.
You're like
A
giving
bit
it a
of
try with
my
me.
pay grade. Have you suplexed a troll?
I've suplexed a few bigger things. I think a little bit of help we could do it.
They're not exactly gonna sit back and let you do it, though.
Oh, that's the hard part.
Fair enough. So
I won't
let's see.
lie.
I'm
I've been
gonna...
thinking about this since the game started. Suplexing something big with someone else.
Oh god.
If you still had the guy grappled, I would have asked if she wanted to like wrestling move double team.
Okay, I'm adding in the troll and the sturges to the initiative.
Ew.
And actually, I've got one more thing to add after that as well.
Oh, fun.
Oh lord, do we have them on the map?
I do not have
No.
tokens for them yet,
Okay.
but I can
all
point
right.
out where they are.
Okay, cool.
Where?
Yes.
Damn. Oh, okay.
I don't know if I like that.
Yeah, neither do I. I was just like, I don't know how to feel about that. Damn.
Damn. Well then.
I mean, that could be a lot.
Let's just say the troll
Yeah.
rolled well on initiative.
Well, damn.
Damn.
Are we gonna die?
Perhaps not.
Definitely.
The-
TPK. TPK.
Well, this was fun, guys. It was fun.
First
Fun
session
little
TPK. Let's do this.
Okay. Cordelia, what did you get for initiative?
Do you want me to roll a new initiative, or are we keeping the?
Keep the old one, or do you not remember?
It's 11.
Okay, 11. All right, then. All right. I have added. Oh, wait, actually, I can take them out. And Thronis, you hear this half-orc woman say, "The name's Yager, by the way, in case we do die."
It's Othronus, and we ain't dying yet.
Optimistic much?
No, just I know what's gonna kill me. It ain't this.
Fair enough. I like your
Just determined to not die.
just determined to die somewhere else.
Look, I don't know how I'm gonna win. I just know I'm not gonna lose.
Well, with that, yeah, 3 of these sturges fly down down the hole, and before you do so, you notice that they are almost a little bloated. They were previously latched onto the troll and have drained the troll of some of its blood. All right.
Ew, I just looked up what they are. Oh, they're like giant mosquitoes. Oh, gross. Ew.
Not a pleasant creature at all.
No.
Ugly mofos.
Yeah. Hit them until they're paste, basically.
Yeah.
Though as they fly down the hole, the troll, after a second, looks a little bit more revitalized. It is going to... it's going to take a swing at you, Athronis, with its claw.
It's at me already. Let's do this.
That's a 16.
Oh yeah, armor class is 14. I'm not nothing fancy.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough. Sorry. Doing some mental math. That's 5 damage.
Okay, that's 5. And oh wait, this combat was immediately after, or it was a bit of time before?
It was immediately after. Oh, you could still have your rage.
Yeah, because I don't know if my rage dropped. Okay, then it's 4
Slashing damage, to be clear, but
Wait, 5 slashing, half. It's 2, or do we round up or down for this?
I think just as a general rule, I'm gonna round up. I think. Though I'll let you know if that changes. But for now, let's round up. It will take another swipe at. Actually, no. For the rest of its turn, it will try to grab one of the patrons that is running away. It is successful, and it takes a bite out of them.
Oh,
Ooh,
Fun.
whoa.
ooh,
Gore kind of spilling from its mouth a bit.
gross.
Attack on Titan's theme.
It, more like, I think it's like out of the shoulder. Probably the side with the heart.
Definitely Attack on
It's
Titan side.
Or
Just
person.
chomp.
Yeah. Not like
Aaron's
a ton. It
mom
doesn't
just
like
gone.
take like. It doesn't take like a chunk of them. It doesn't like take like half their chest or anything. It just like takes like a solid chunk out of the shoulder.
Ouch.
With
But is he dead?
that, the person.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
Hella?
make an NPC that just.
Figured.
I
he'd
just
be hella dead.
created.
I mean, the
I
average
like
one
that.
has like what, 8 hit
Suffer.
points or less.
Yeah. Celia, it is your turn. There's the troll and 3 of these sturges circling around it.
Okay. I think Celia's going to look over at Durnan and ask, how fireproof is this? You know what? Never mind. And she's going to cast Firebolt.
Oh,
Just
No,
make sure you hit
you know
the
what?
troll.
She's going to cast Chromatic Orb. We'll do that one instead. We'll use a level 1 spell.
All right.
Wait, does a 15 hit?
There's a 15 hits.
Woo!
Barely. That is the number.
That'll be 11 fire damage.
Nice.
Yeah, and then that's her turn. I think probably she's also going to jump down from the top of the chair
That
as
makes
she's
sense.
casting it.
Cool. Do you do a 360 no scope?
Absolutely.
A pirouette in the air as you lob this mote of flame. Nice.
Yes. This bright red orb just crashes into this troll as she
It kind of
jumps down.
holds up an arm to kind of nice. It holds up an arm to kind of try to block the force of it, but the fire just kind of envelops it for a second as it kind of disperses. It roars back at you, not liking the fire thrown in its direction.
I figured.
It is Durnan's turn, and he has grabbed a greatsword that was mounted behind the bar and has kind of vaulted over it and has run up to the troll. And he is going to make an attack. And as he kind of like rushes up and like stands next to this troll, he kind of glances at the rest of you. It's like, take out the sturges and then help me with this troll. Understand?
It's just gonna roll an eye and be like,
So
"Oh."
help you with this troll. Got it.
Do what you want, but I recommend taking care of. But those won't take much, but they could also take people out.
I mean, that troll just bit. Okay. Yeah, sure, that's fine. Yeah, sure.
He is going to make an attack on this troll. Takes a decent chunk of damage. That one will miss. That's a nat 20. Cordelia, it is circling around.
So
Your
fire and then roll for damage, right?
You roll to hit, but basically instead of rolling a nat 1 and kind of just missing critically, there's a chance, depending on what weapon you're using, to misfire, which basically, instead of hitting or missing, the weapon's damage is, I think, reflected back at you. I think it's at half. Do I need to check?
Okay.
It essentially jams.
Basically jams or like kind of backfires, something like that.
All right, makes sense.
I think for a rifle of this kind, I think the misfire is if you roll a 1 or a 2 on the
All
dice.
Okay.
Also, depending on the rules he's using, it can jam twice. Which, like, if you hit that misfire first, you can try and fix it. But if you fail that check, then it breaks.
Okay.
Right. Something like that. We'll just kind of roll with this right now as the rules that we're using.
All right.
Yeah. But also, since you're a halfling, if you roll a nat 1, you get to roll again.
Yay!
Which
All
is useful.
Exactly
So it's actually
what.
more dangerous to roll a 2 than it is a 1.
Yeah. So I guess I'll go ahead and roll to hit
Yeah. What are you trying to hit? The troll?
the troll. Yep, the troll.
Alright.
All right, that is okay. All right, that is 15 to hit.
Alright. That will hit.
Okay. And then do I roll for damage next?
Yes. So whatever the damage, you do not need to roll to, like, fire.
Okay.
It's just the attack is being made. So it's just the roll to hit, and that's where you have the misfire chance. And then after that, you just roll
I
damage.
see. Okay, makes much more sense. All right, so damage is 8 plus 5 plus 4, so 17.
8 plus 5 plus 4. What did you roll?
That's 2d8 plus 4.
Okay. 2d8 plus 4. So that's a... What is the numbers again? What's the total?
17 was the total.
All right. It did not like that either. Where do you hit it?
I was
Chest,
aiming
face?
chest.
It kind of knocks back and then takes a step back. It is still up though. And you
Ooh.
kind of see the hole try to close, but it's kind of held back by kind of the flames, the scorch marks that were around that area as well.
Ooh, interesting.
All right. It is Yagra's turn, and let's see what she does. She is going to pick up one of the chairs. Darnan winces as she does so, and she is going to swing it at this troll. That will hit. And that's 5 damage. The troll is still up. She is holding 2 empty table legs, so she'll take a couple steps back. But she does not have the troll's attention. So it does not make an attack of opportunity. The Sturges, though, one of the Sturges will come down at Nyla and try to kind of peck at you.
Cool. Come at me, bro.
That is a 18 total.
My reaction spell shield will go up at that point.
All right. It misses.
Yay! Because 18 would have met and hit, and I don't want to be hurt.
That is fair. One of the others will swoop down at Celia to make its attack as well.
Rude.
That is a 17.
I'm also going to use shield.
Woo!
So that'll
All
miss.
right.
We do not like getting hurt.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
I mean, I have 6
these-
health points right now. Listen, I can't afford this.
Fair enough.
Oh, I have 12.
Yeah, these Sturges are kind of shunted off and blocked from hitting you. Do you guys want to describe how that happens?
How my shield happens?
Well, yeah, what it looks like. I mean, I should have specified that.
I feel like mine is actually a shadow of a blade that appears in front of her, not an actual blade, but it literally just parries away this mosquito.
Nice.
It's like a mixture between like a mosquito and a bat.
Yeah.
It's just hideous.
I'm
That's
calling
what
it
that
a
is.
mosquito. Because mosquitoes are more annoying to me than bats.
That is fair. Yeah, Nyla, did you want to?
So, kind of going off of the blinding light thing that's going on with her, essentially a big blinding light kind of forms into a physical shield almost, but it's just so bright you wouldn't see it.
It's like the light itself is protecting you.
Yes.
All right.
How close is Nyla to Celia?
I think we determined pretty close because you guys were both kind of standing
Yes,
right next
Celia
to
will-
what was happening.
Turn away and shield her eyes.
Goddess love protects me.
Is this a drown
Oh,
thing?
for fuck's sake. Yes, it is.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. The last Sturge will come and sweep down at Yagra. It rolled a natural 1. So
Oh, well.
it like implants itself into a table that she was next to.
Oh.
Like looks up at hisses at her. And Thronis, it's your turn.
Cool. Well, I'm going to ignore these things and go straight for the troll.
Fair.
Yeah.
Because
Currently
I
not
want-
looking great.
Yeah, it's not looking great, but it's not like on like its last legs, right?
Yes, it's got a little bit more. Not too
Then I'll
much.
try to
I'm not going to
move
say
around,
exactly.
get to the
That's
side, and
Dragon
just
and
start.
your advice.
I'm gonna pound with my brass knuckles both of its one kneecap on this side and get it tried nice and weak because I'm still going for that suplex.
All right. So make your attack. And you're going for the knee, right?
Yep. Oh, and that's a natural 1. That is horrible.
You really try for that suplex, and nope.
Another one. Oh, also, I think since it is a light weapon, I'm currently going to go with you do not add your strength. I think I'll still have you add your rage bonus, but not your strength.
Right, that's a fighting style.
But you can make another attack if you choose.
12.
All right. That still does not hit.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah. That's unfortunate. Nyla, it is now your turn.
So what's left and what's surrounding me?
There's the Sturge that just kind of swept up at you. That is kind of recovering and maybe about to make another pass, maybe going to pass somebody else. And then there is the troll.
Okay, so she's
And
gonna.
all the Sturges are still up, and the troll is still up.
So there's a Sturge right next to me, is what I'm getting, right?
Yeah.
Okay. In all of her shininess, she pulls out her great axe, and annoyed, she swings with both her hands to cleave this bloodsucker. And to
Alright.
hit, it's a 12.
Unfortunately, that does not hit. They're nimble little bastards.
So as she misses, she kind of like curses beneath her breath, and she yells at it, "May God's love destroy you!" And that's my turn.
All right. Top of the initiative.
I think Celia's going to side-eye Nyla to fix the cloak that she gave her. And
It's
then she's
gone.
gonna-
It's
yeah,
long
yeah,
gone.
no, she's just gonna yell
She
out,
like
"My mother's cloak!"
She's like kind of frozen
Yeah,
after
this
she's done
cloak.
yelling. She's like, "Oh."
did Nyla like toss the cloak?
She
in
didn't-
The pit?
It somehow
Toss
got
the
lost.
cloak. When she was going through the crowd, it quote unquote
Fell.
slipped off of her.
Okay.
Where it is
So it's
now,
still
who
on-
knows?
It's still on the ground somewhere.
Maybe.
Could be
Or it
found
might have fallen
anywhere.
into the hole by now. Who knows?
Well, it's not like
It's
a
on the
black
troll.
hole. It doesn't
It's
stay
on the troll.
warm.
The troll's wearing it. The Sturge that I'm trying to attack is wearing it.
The troll is standing on it.
That's fine.
Yeah. The
Yeah, Celia hasn't seen that yet. She just knows that this girl lost her cloak.
most of the crowd has dissipated around this combat. So far, the only casualty has been that one guy that got it bitten into. There are much farther away than the other fight, but there are some people that have just kind of are standing there watching. There are some people that have entirely fled. There's like a couple of people that like haven't even realized a troll has appeared, and it's just kind of casually still having their conversation at their tables, a distance
Wonderful.
away, not nearby.
Another
Anybody
J
nearby
in the
has
Yawning
ran.
Portal. Got it.
Other than you guys. Yeah, it is the troll's turn. It is going to attempt to slam down onto Durnan. That will hit. Alright, that deals a chunk of damage. And it will make another slam attack. Let's see, who's near it? It will attempt to make a slam attack on you, Celia. You also attacked it and hurt it pretty bad. Oh, she left.
Okay.
That is a 23.
How
hit.
close?
I'm pretty sure that's a miss. I'm just kidding.
How close is Celia to me? Is she 5 feet away from me?
I think you guys are pretty close because you guys were standing, I think, pretty close.
Yeah.
And you guys were
Uh-huh.
in the crowd.
So I'm going to use my reaction, and seeing as the troll is coming to hit her, I swap places with her.
Oh,
Woo.
all right. So that is a 23 on you. I think
Yep.
that's still gonna hit.
It's definitely going to hit,
This is a claw
but you only
attack.
had like what 6 health, so
I sure do.
she senses that you need God's love.
Oh no. She's still gonna ask for money for the cloak.
That is 8 damage on that claw attack.
Oh yeah.
Got
I'll
it.
die.
Yeah, nope, got it. It's fine. She takes the damage and she just coughs up a bit of blood, and she smiles her weak smile over at Celia. It's like, it's okay. God's love is protecting us.
Do you
Oh,
think
bless
God's
her.
love will bring back my mother's cloak?
Stop staring at her. Start looking at this troll.
Yeah, it looks confused for a second there. It's like, I meant to hit that one, but then I ended up hitting that one. Brain hurty. Doesn't say anything. It's just like grunting that, but
It's that confused look.
I thought I aim. Aim is bad. Bad aim.
You're just that bad at aiming.
It's gonna make a bite attack on let me roll. Yeah, it's gonna try taking a bite out of Celia again.
Oh my god, I can't
Yeah.
protect you,
Oh,
child.
This time
It
it's
hates
gonna make a bite attack. This time it will very much miss though.
Good.
Alright, it is Celia, it is your turn.
Yeah, she's having fun with this battle. She's smiling. She's laughing. And she's launch a firebolt at this.
Alright. Roll the hit.
15?
Again. That's
It's a
the-
10 plus 5.
Yeah, fair enough. That will hit.
Ew.
I'm not like complaining, I'm just saying that it's 2 15s in a row for you. Cool. That will
Right.
hit. Roll your damage. Damage.
Ooh, that
I'm
is
sorry, I
a
should not have
7.
laughed.
What was that?
7 fire damage.
Alright. It does not like that though.
I'm sure it doesn't. But yeah, that's what she's doing. Yep, that's her turn.
Alright.
She
It
is
is
chuckling
done.
a little bit as she launches that, though.
Yeah, Nyla's looking at you like, what is wrong with you, child?
What is wrong with you?
Yeah, she's
You-
having. You can see it in her eyes. She is enjoying this fight.
I should have let her get hit.
Me, the
I see-
player, is
think she
stressing
wants
out,
it.
but Celia is having fun.
Jordan just like turns to everybody. It's like, seriously, nobody, no dirges have died.
I tried.
You're trying. Fair enough.
God's love, man.
Listen,
God
this thing
blink.
tried to attack me twice, and you want me to not attack it back?
I appreciate that. And he's
That's what I
gonna
thought.
shoot at it again with his greatsword. That's gonna hit. That's not a lot of damage. And another attack. That will not hit, unfortunately. That will hit though. He lops off this troll's head with his greatsword.
Oh, lovely.
Fun.
It does not fall to the ground immediately and kind of twitches a little. but it, after a moment, kind of falls over. Precariously, like, on the pit. Like, its head and, like, upper body is in the pit, and it's still twitching a little. That is, Dernan's turn.
So it's dead.
Currently.
I don't like that. Currently.
Currently.
Maybe it'll stay that way,
Enough
maybe
about
not.
Trolls.
Just go lay on hands on the troll. It'll be fine.
Oh, yeah,
It'll get
totally.
better. It'll get better. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I don't think any of you guys have fought trolls before. You guys are level 1
Nope.
after all. Cordelia, it's your turn.
Well
There are
then.
the 3 Sturges. Not to be confused with the 3 Stooges.
Haha.
I love that. So, yeah. Am I limited to... Do I need to use an action to reload? Because I totally get that if you want to employ that mechanic. Do I use my action to
I think
reload?
the current level of rifle, you might be able to upgrade it later on, but I think with this, I'm going to treat it like a crossbow, where it's the crossbow, you can make 1 attack with it per turn
Mm-hmm.
currently, and then it's presumed that you're reloading between turns,
Okay.
which is how crossbows work. Some firearms give you an ammunition count, so that you have to spend like an action or a bonus action to reload specifically,
Mhm.
but you have more rounds. And I'm going to say that probably later on, that's the sort of thing that you'll be able to get. But we'll deal with that later. Currently, you do not need to reload, because you can only really make 1 attack with it, and you can only make 1 attack with it per round, so it works out.
Does she have like a magazine thing? Because like it's going like a revolver, she'd be able to click in a few rounds in there before she'd need to do it again, right?
Yeah, I'm going to say it's like lever action, where you can kind of like pump it to get the new round in, but I'm still going to say that that's how it's working, at least for now.
Well, then I'll go ahead and roll to hit. That is a 12 to hit one of the Sturges.
Unfortunately, that will not hit. I'm sorry.
Okay. So do I roll for damage then?
You do not roll damage when you do not hit.
Okay.
Sorry.
Alright. I just wasn't sure if that was like missing and hitting something else, like a door, and if I need to roll to hit that or not. Okay, cool.
No, you're good, but
Oh, I
thanks
missed.
for asking. It is Yagra's turn, and she's going to try smacking the Sturge that's next to her. That will not hit. And that will be even worse. Okay, yeah, she's missing. So she's like smacked every part of the table, and the Sturge has just been like
Aw.
leaping back and forth.
Oh,
It is the Sturge's turn. I'll start with that one. It's gonna face hugger-esque lunge at her face. It rolled another nat 1.
Woo.
Good
It-
Sturge.
It like launches at her, but like bumps into her head and like just like falls into the pit and like stumbles, like the flying equivalent of like stumbling and tripping. Like it just
Mhm.
like launches itself into the pit.
nose
2 nat 1s
dives.
in a row.
Ooh.
Yeah. There are the 2 that are still around the rest of you. They're seeing that the situation is not going well, so they are going to fly up into the air. I think I'm gonna say Nyla and Celia, you guys will get attacks of opportunity on them.
Cool.
So my attack of opportunity is not going to do much because I don't currently have a weapon equipped. I just have my spells, so unless you say I can launch a cantrip as an attack of opportunity, which I don't think so. I know that's a feat I get later.
I'll say that since you do have it on your belt, though, I'll say that you can make an attack of opportunity with your rapier
Ooh, okay.
at disadvantage.
Okay. You know what? I'll take it. Let's try.
Since you're quick drawing it.
I was like, because if I try and hit him with my fist, it's going to do a whole whopping 0 damage if I land a hit. Listen, I'm not the strongest, okay?
It's okay.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, I don't hit, so it's fine.
Neither do I. It's okay.
Damn. All right, fair enough.
I mean, that disadvantage did me in dirty. It's okay. I rolled a 14 and then a 1.
Oof. Oof.
All right, they fly up, and then they kind of launch themselves back down, not into the pit, but into the troll. And they kind of, you see them sucking the blood out of it. But they landed in its shoulder, and they end up having it tumble back down into the pit. The head of the troll is still sitting on the floor, though. It has been left behind as a memento, I suppose. Durnan picks it up and kind of examines it for a minute. It's like, you guys want this?
No, thank you, good sir.
Is there anything valuable on it?
It's a troll head.
You can do things with that, you know.
There's nothing immediately
You
of
want it?
value on it.
No, there's no jewels or hidden treasures in the head of the troll.
I don't want it.
There are no like earrings or anything in it, or any gold or gems to be scavenged.
No.
Just kind of gross, fleshy, rotted face.
Gladly take that if you're offering. You even have a sack or a satchel.
He tosses it to you, like by the hair.
So grab it by the head. Guess it's just you and me then.
You guys fought well. I'll have Bonnie bring you all some drinks. On
What
the
extra,
house.
please?
Again,
Pointing
don't push
to
your
Celia
luck.
just on her.
Celia will look at Arthronis and then look at Nyla and just go, wow, so generous. Thank you, ma'am.
Sure,
Oh.
sure. Okay, just gonna assume that this happens often here. She kind of looks over
You hear
it.
a voice from behind you, and you hear this voice say, "Well, it wouldn't be the first time. Though to be fair, it's been a while. Can I take a seat with you fine people?
If you
Find a
like.
table to talk."
How many seats can this table handle?
Wait,
the place is
who's
empty.
talking to us?
Yeah, the
The-
place is empty
Yeah.
too.
The place is
Half
empty,
orc.
but it has cleared out quite a bit, so you guys can find a table to
Just put seats together, guys.
bring
Yeah,
tables together.
I'm more curious to see who it is that's talking to us.
Yeah,
The
like
person
Nyla
fighting
would have
her.
whipped back, like her head back. Like, who's this?
Same with Celia.
Half
Like
orc
with
who's
her
fighting
great
the-
axe in hand. Like, I'm gonna have to cleave somebody in half, right?
Oh no, she's
Yeah.
just curious.
Adrenaline still pumping. This man, rotund with a beard and fine clothing, kind of sits down at a table and kind of gestures for the rest of you to sit down. He strokes his mustache and adjusts his floppy hat, tightens his scarf, and he says, "Volothamp Gadam, chronicler, wizard, and celebrity, all at your service. I trust you've noted. Well, let's get some drinks before we talk business." Oh, thanks.
I'm going to go over to the seat, but I'm going to take 2 seats.
Nyla's gonna look over at the bartender to see if he seems like if he's giving off weird vibes about this person, or if he's just like it's another patron.
He shoots him a glance, but he's too busy remounting his sword on the wall.
Okay.
Yeah, Celia excitedly sits down at the table.
Cordelia is she's gonna go over to Durnan. She's gonna put her rifle on her shoulder, sling it over her shoulder, and just go up to him. He's behind the counter again, right?
Yes.
All right. Well, she's gonna climb up onto one of the stools and, just stand on it to look at about his level, and just be like, "Sir, you own this place, right?
That I do. That I
Well,
do.
I need your help. Have you seen/heard of a a barman coming through here? A Frank barman? He stayed here. At least he was supposed to."
Perhaps. What's he to you? Can't just give away all that information
She's going to try
for
to.
nothing. Just to strangers. Not smart.
But she's just gonna try to smooth out her skirt and just try to make
Still in the
herself
wedding
look
dress.
halfway presentable. Try to rake her fingers through her hair, but they just get stuck, and she's gonna just give up on that. She's gonna be like, "Sir, I'm looking for my father, Frank Barman. He's my daddy. He was supposed to have been here, and I am looking for him. I need your help to find him. Is he here?"
Your father, huh?
"Yes."
Yeah, I remember it, Barman. Came back a month or two back. Didn't stay for very long, though. He's no longer. He said he was attending to business.
Yeah. He said he was here on his business
but
adventure.
I didn't really get into what. There's a lot of people attending to all kinds of business in here. But he stayed here.
Well, did he leave any notes or anything? Did he leave a message, or where was he? Did he interact with anybody? Did you notice? Just anything, sir. Anything would help me. Ooh.
He didn't. He only stayed for a few days. From the sounds of it, he was just trying to find someone that could help him find out what to do. But there was one person, and he kind of leans on the counter, pointing out a finger, and he points over to the table that the rest of your group is sitting at, and points at the man sitting at the head of it.
Chronicler?
He talked with Volo, which, between you and me, can be, from what I've heard and seen, both very good and bad business to get yourself into, but, such is life, I suppose.
Did he happen to say where he was going, or?
I didn't overhear their conversation.
All right. Well, is there anything else you can tell me at all?
Well, he didn't get much. Volo might know something more, but I think from what I know, he only stayed about a week or so at this tavern and inn, and he left to go stay somewhere else. So from what I can tell, he's staying with someone in the city. I don't know where, though.
Sir,
Best of
all
luck.
Yeah.
And hey, if you ever need somebody to talk to or someplace to grab a drink, you know where to come.
You don't happen to make sweet tea, do you?
I could have Brawny brew up something for you if you'd like.
I would hate to inconvenience you, sir, but that surely does sound good after the long week I've had. I'll just be over here with these other good folks. So, thank you. And she's just gonna sort of defeatedly lumber off of the stool and head towards the table with everybody else.
He kind of chuckles a little bit and kind of like waves his hand a little, and it's like, no, business is always a little slow after attack or something of the sort. At least for an hour or so. People come here tending to act brave. Some of them end up being brave at the very least, but, well, not everybody is that way. But, like I said, you and your group, whatever you guys want to call yourself, did a good job. I'd say that you guys fall into that braver than most categories.
Well,
At the very least.
A feel-good smile.
All right. Well, have a nice of you sat down.
Nyla's
Yeah.
kind of able, looking at this
His feet
tiny
up,
little
and
man.
hopefully a new drink in hand.
Celia's sitting at the chair as possible.
He's definitely on the short side, but he's not tiny. Like if you've noticed, some of the violence that has been plaguing our city these past weeks.
Celia quickly shakes her head.
Nyla
haven't
shakes her
seen
head,
so
yes.
Much blood since my last visit to There's Gate. I see, well, you all had an encounter with this very event I'm speaking of. But now I fear I have misplaced a friend of mine amidst all this malevolent. My friend's name is Floon Blagmar. He's got more beauty than brains, and I worry he took a bad way home a couple of nights ago. And, well, I think he may have been kidnapped, or worse. If you
Can-
agree to...
Oh, I wanted to know if I can roll a history check if I know is. I've heard that name before.
Go on ahead.
Judge Home. I'm not very smart though. -1. I should have checked before I opened my mouth. Oh, that two. I got a 3 and then the -1, so it's 2. So I'm stupid.
Floon Blagmar.
That's just a funny name.
Yeah, that's it. That's all she's thinking. She's like, is he making
Pretty
a name?
sure you're thinking that there might be a chance that he's joshing you.
That's exactly what she's thinking. That's why she ain't sitting down. She's looking at him like, who's he trying to fool? Who names their children Floon?
If you agree to track down my friend with all due haste, I can offer you 10 dragons apiece now, and I can give you 10 times that when you find my friend Floon. May I veil upon you in my hour of need?
Huh.
After chugging down her tea, Cordelia's gonna look at this guy a little sus. Like anything with like this kind of money involved, she's just like looking at him very side-eyed.
Celia is 100% interested. You have her
He
attention.
has pulled out 4 small pouches from his bag.
And what is inside said small pouches?
I'm assuming it's
The
dragons.
jingling, you can assume gold coins, which bears repeating in this city are referred to as golden dragons.
Nyla's gonna
Dragons.
pick it up and open it to see how much is inside.
There are 10 gold pieces, 10 golden dragons.
Huh.
I'm going to ask.
Celia will grab hers and pocket it.
Orthodontist was actually just going to look at it and say, so, just so we're clear, it's 10 of these dragons now, and another, 100 after we're finished?
Tenfold. Yes.
Tenfold. And you have that to give out like this.
Yes, I am a writer, and my recent book that is just come out, in fact, and he pulls out from his
Although-
bag.
Damn it.
Yep. Can I roll a
And-
history to see if I've heard of Volo?
In a second, you can go ahead and roll, but I'm gonna. My latest work, Volo's Guide to Monsters. I trust that you can find various bookstores throughout the city that are more than happy to send you or give you a copy. Yeah, go ahead and roll that history check.
I rolled a 12.
I think with that you
I think
still
I've
recognize
heard of
the
his name. Yeah.
Maybe you don't know, I don't think you've read any of his books, though I think I'm going to say that you guys were all handed a copy of the Waterdeep Enriching, and you might even just recognize him from that. As you guys were entering the city, you guys could pretty easily pick up one of those pamphlets about the city.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay.
Othronus, did you want to roll something? Sorry. Sorry, I
Just
cut you
quick
off.
insight. Because with this kind of money, like, since he's had that around, and he's going to have that for all of us, which is a loan.
quite a
Around
bit.
fortune. Yeah, no, it's just he's mulling this over. Like they're doing this. There's almost always a string attached that's always going to come back to bite me in the ass.
Exactly.
While he's doing that role, can Nyla go over to the bartender? I forgot what his name was.
Durnan is the
Durnan.
bartender.
She's gonna go up to Durnan and ask, excuse me, good sir, but do you have perhaps a parchment and pen I can borrow?
Yeah, I'll have Bonnie send you some. Bonnie, can you bring some parchment and a pen over to their table? She gives you him a nod. Othronus, would you roll for that insight check?
That was a natural one
he's
on the
rolling.
inside deck, so you know,
Our
now
rolls.
new beginnings.
Well,
this will go right.
he's a steel trap of you absolutely no. You're just not able to tell.
Yeah,
There's
so
a sigh of frustration. He'll expect.
Nyla's gonna come up towards the table with the pen and parchment and basically reiterate what Othronus said earlier regarding 100 gold each.
Yes.
That's quite a bit of money.
I would be absolutely sure to make this assistance to me well worth your while.
And just to be clear, this is to find your friend. Is that correct, good sir?
Yes, Floon Blackmar.
Lovely.
That means an awful lot to you.
He's a good friend of mine, and it pays to be an author.
She starts writing stuff down on this parchment.
Now, once we find him, assuming the condition is preferable, would you like us to bring him back to you, or just let him be?
Oh yes, I would. If possible, you can bring him to the Yawning Portal if I am planning on staying the night. I'm uncertain on what timetables you fellow adventurers are working with, but I am patient and I will stay here.
As it seems, God's will has brought me here to help you, sir. But just to clarify, your friend Floon, was it? Still not really believing that's a name. She continues. If we are to find him in perhaps a condition not of this world, and then she kind of like puts her thumb to her neck and does the whole like, dead thing. Does that will that hinder the gold reward?
He kind of looks a little grim. Well, I hope that is not the case, but I am aware of that every possibility is, apparent. But no, I return him to me if you can, and I would very greatly appreciate that. But if you find him in an unsightly state, or
Not of this
clearly
world.
dead,
Mm-hmm.
I will still honor my arrangement and still make sure that your effort is compensated.
She goes back to writing on her parchment.
And what can you tell us of your friend? Is there anyone who would want to take him?
I am not sure why he's gone missing. He is a handsome human male in his early 30s with wavy red blonde hair. He was, last I saw him, and most commonly, he is dressed in princely garb. When I last saw him 2 nights ago, I and him were drinking at a tavern in the dock ward of the city, the Skewered Dragon, dark and brawdy tavern. I recommend that you start your search there. They may have some information on what happened to him.
Nyla's gonna look over to the group to see if everyone seems to say that be interested in the idea of joining forces to perhaps get some coin. From what she can see, how is everyone's perception to taking this job?
Celia is greatly interested. It hasn't clicked in her that it's a group thing yet,
Okay.
but she is 100% on board with taking this job.
All you need is him found and we all get paid. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Preferably, if possible, alive and in good condition.
But if not, you'd still pay us. Is that right, sir?
Yes.
Mhm.
Assuming he's found. Alright, that's simple enough. Where'd you say you wanted us to start?
So the dock ward then.
Oh, before we
She-
all head out, I'm
Volo.
pardon.
Volo.
Volo, pardon. It's
She'll look at Nyla kind of like, it's
Volo
not a hard
Tap,
name
but
to remember.
you may call me Volo.
yes, pardon. My memory is a little off.
I'd say only
Clearly.
my friends call me Volo, but if that were true, then everybody would be my friend. And for the most part, they are. For the most part, at least.
She chuckles, but she's very not enjoying his voice. And she shows him the parchment that she's been working on, and it's a contract
Oh.
that basically says that you are hiring
Well, I was
us
thinking
for.
This would be a handshake thing, but yes.
You are going to hire us to look for your friend, and she wrote Floon's name on the parchment. To locate your friend, either alive or dead, and no matter what circumstances he's in, you are paying each of us individually 100 dragons.
I will make sure that you are fairly compensated. If you want to keep notes, that is fine by me.
Oh no, good sir, this isn't a note, this is a contract. Seeing as you are hiring us good people, it is only right that it is signed by yours truly.
Celia will scoff.
Cordelia's just gonna look at Nyla like really impressed, like, wow, you thought of everything, didn't you?
Be sure to tell me how this pans out. I just finished my drink and I walk out the door.
Well, if I don't put his...
Celia will stand up with them and look towards Nyla and just go, my cloak, please.
I'm sorry, dear child, but it seems God has taken it away from me.
So you don't have it.
It has served its purpose, and it is now with God. And she bows her head.
There's going to be an actual moment of almost fear, because she's like, I have to go to the dock ward, and I don't have my cloak.
Didn't
It
think
is
this
just
would
kind of
be
like sitting on the ground.
She doesn't know that. She hasn't spotted it. She just
Yeah,
knows
none of
that
us know this.
This girl has lost her cloak.
It is now with God. It has done its purpose. Thank
Here,
you
let me
again,
get
Has
that.
child.
Nyla picked up her pouch?
Yeah, she has it.
Celia's gonna hold out her hand, expecting some sort of
How about
compensation
Cordelia,
for the.
actually?
You have my prayers. And then leaves.
I will make sure that you are all adequately compensated for your effort.
Nyla's
regardless of
going
whether
to
Floon is
continue
alive or
pointing
dead.
at the contract for him to sign it.
You sign it, we sign it.
Well, I think your friend already left.
Well, then that's his business. But at least for me and whoever else wishes to make sure we get paid, please sign.
Cordelia's just gonna scoot closer to Nyla and just be like, I don't want my booty hanging in the wind.
She kind of looks down at this small person and she's like, yes, what she said.
You're a noble, aren't you? You're not from around these parts, are you?
I am of the family of Eagle Dancer. You may have heard of us.
Eagle Dancer. Curious. Well, regardless, I think you are a little misplaced in how these, as your friend called them, adventures go. Typically it is a handshake sort of deal, not the contract sort. It is As soon as we make it a contract, the city gets involved, and
I am very
then
much
there's
aware.
taxes and fees, and
Cool.
But under the circumstances of how much gold you're offering, Mr.
Volo.
Volo, I persuade you, good sir, to sign the contract. I'm gonna roll a persuasion.
All right.
Good
That
fucking
was the
lord.
best persuasion I've ever heard.
Oh, 20!
Fine.
Oh wow! If you figured I was gonna roll one, never mind.
I thought that
You
you,
got
said you said an O like that was you rolled bad.
I know, I thought so
I
too.
was freaking out because I'm just like, oh, this is, now you're giving me a nice roll. Thanks!
All right. Well, if you insist,
And she hands him the quill to
Uh,
sign.
and he signs his name, Vinny.
I apologize, sir. Fix it.
He writes Volo.
Lovely. And you said you're a writer, is that correct?
Yes, yes.
Well, for my record, seeing as you are quite famous, may I have your signature just on this parchment here? Which is just a napkin.
Well,
Because
I suppose.
just so that when I purchase your book, I can gleefully tell the other nobles that
Well, if you're planning on purchasing the book, you can find me here, and I can sign the book itself.
just in case. It's just a little momentum right now.
Momentum?
Yes. Like a token.
Oh, momentum. Yeah, he will sign the paper. Or sign your napkin.
Lovely. Can I compare both signatures?
They are the same. Yes.
Thank God. Thank you very much. And she's gonna wrap it up, fold it in her pocket, and she's gonna go over to Durnan.
Yes. Yes.
Durnan, I've been told quite a lot about you and your establishment. That you're quite familiar with a lot of the folks of the area. Is that correct?
I don't make it my business to necessarily keep tabs on everyone that comes through these doors, but I pay attention.
Well, that's good to know. This Voco person here,
Yeah.
is he usually quite good for his money?
Yeah, I'd say so. He's a clever one and can be slippery at times, but he tends to be honest.
100 gold for 4 people, honest. Per person, honest. As she wraps up the contract and puts it somewhere safe. Wherever the fuck she can, because skin tight metal.
Skin tight metal,
Good.
weaves it into her hair.
I think at this
Uh,
point Celia has rolled her eyes and has also left and is following afterwards on us 'cause she's like, all right, this is getting ridiculous now.
Fair enough. Durnan kind of nods and, well, if he's promised something, he'll make sure it's worth your while. He, at times, plays like he's some powerful wizard, but and don't get me wrong, he's clever, but not as clever as he thinks he is. I think that you shouldn't have to worry about your compensation, though you just had the book come out, so as long as he got paid, he should be able to pay you back.
Thank you very much for the insight. I just wanted to make sure I know who I'm doing business with. She's going to look over at whoever was left, which is clearly only Cordelia. And she's going to let out a sigh of what does it sound like, but it's a sigh. So she just sighs, and she's going to walk over to Cordelia and offer her her hand. I'm sorry, but my name's Nyla. Seeing that you and I are going to be business partners.
Cordelia's going to shrug and say, "It would appear so," and she'll just try to once again sort of tidy her hair, but her fingers just get stuck in trying to comb through it, and then she'll just be just stick out her hand. Cordelia Barman, good to meet you.
Yes, Miss Barman. Can you also sign this just to ensure that you get paid? Now that you are now considered my partner.
Absolutely. though. I will say I have not had the best of luck with lawyers and contracts and all that kind of stuff, but I will sign it just for some kind of hope of justice. And she will take the parchment. And do you have a pen in your hand?
Yes, I offer her the quill.
All right, she'll take that and she'll just slap it on the table and sign it. And it is not a very neat signature. It's like a child's cursive.
Lovely. At least this ensures you and I both get paid. And she folds it up and tucks it away. I guess it's we're heading to the docks then, shall we?
Yeah, I guess so. And she's gonna look at the chronicler, Volo, just kind of wistfully, like, I kind of want to talk to him, but I guess
Are
I might
you? Yeah.
go.
Are
Do
you
you
guys
want
back
us-
at the bar though? Again, to ask.
We're
Huh?
with Durnan and
Okay. Word of advice. So, again, I stand by what I said earlier. I think that he'll make sure that you guys are fairly compensated, but that book just came out. I don't know.
that's what
I
I was
wouldn't-
concerned of.
I wouldn't put it past him to find a different method of payment in some form, but if he's promising you that you're fairly compensated, he's, I'd say, a cheery individual, and he's not gonna like throw people. He's not the kind to throw his friends under the bus. I mean, the fact that he's doing this for somebody that he just met recently.
Wait, are you saying Floon and Durnan, Floon and Volko over there are not good friends?
Well, recently, as in like a couple months. Bloon, I only saw the guy come in here once. He fits in with Volo.
I see. And how long ago was it you last saw Floon and Verso here together?
Nothing like that. Couple months.
I see. Cordelia, was it? Did you wanted to speak to oh god, Voko here before we head out?
I did actually. Actually, I don't know my way around this city. I would be much obliged if you would wait for me. Well, I just want to talk to this man real quick here.
No worries. I will
We don't-
wait.
I'm just going to be basically asking the guy the same questions I asked Durnan. I don't want to slow the scene down by asking the exact same questions. If I'm just going to get the
Yeah.
same.
You do get a bit more information. I'll say that if we're just going to kind of speed through this just for the time being. Though again, if you do want to do the scene, I
mean, it's fine unless
think
I'm
that
going to learn
we're
anything
not going to
huge.
mind if you want to have that conversation. There's a couple new pieces of information, so if you want to do the scene, we can do the scene.
Okay. Yeah, Cordelia, she's gonna go back over to Volo here and sort of just she's gonna try to look not intimidating, but look like she means business. She's gonna try to look mature as she sits back down next to him. And
Yes.
she's gonna say, I was told that well, see, I'm looking for somebody, and well, I was told that you at least interacted with the person I'm looking for,
Oh,
and yeah,
I'm more than
Barman,
willing to help. Barman.
Frank Barman. He was apparently here a month ago.
Let's see. I do recognize the name. Oh, he was the halfling lad.
Yeah,
Any relation?
yeah. Well, he's my daddy.
He passed through a little over a month ago or so. That's. Remember talking with him though. He just come in to the city. He wanted to know about any nobles that might be endorsing people. I gave him a couple options and people that I know, and I have not seen him since.
Could you give me a list of all those individuals?
It
It would certainly be helpful.
Number of names I could give you. I might give you. I'll give you those names later. I think
Okay.
I'll send a list to you of various people that might be interested, or people of note that might be that he might have gone to. Yeah, I'm kind of wanting to set this up as like, I don't know if it's going to be long term, but I kind of want to set it up as a bit of a mystery that she'll be looking for him for a little bit, and then eventually she'll find him. And, yeah,
Absolutely. She's just a proactive character, and I'm trying to do that.
No, yeah, that absolutely makes sense. Just having her sit here, it's like, I guess I'll look for him tomorrow or something.
You're looking for him today.
Yeah. But I trust that he seemed like he knew what he was doing. He could handle himself in a city like this. As long as he stays out of, well, the trouble that's been going on.
What kind of trouble? Was he talking to any people that you know to be shady characters?
Well, I mean, we only know so much about the individuals that we meet on an everyday basis. We know not what lies beneath. But no, I think that most of the people that he's looking for are, at least on the outside, upstanding citizens. I didn't refer him to any crime lords or anything. Certainly not the Xanathar. I don't need to get it sent from him.
Well, thank you very much, sir, and thank you. I'll be off, but if any tall man with a big mustache and a big hat and a gang of men with crossbows, if they happen to come by and ask for me, you didn't see me.
No,
you don't know.
I think I catch your meaning there. Well,
right.
I will very much remember that, and well, also not remember that in that case.
Thank you very much.
I think you know where you can find me if you need anything.
Right. Thank you.
All
Well,
right.
she's just gonna drain the last of her tea and slap it on the table. Well, I'll be off then. Thank you. She's just go for the door.
All right. I don't know if you guys want to. When do you guys want to stop for the night? I could probably keep going for a little bit, but now might be a.
I think Corey just said she's gonna head out.
I'm dying.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, it's not you. Don't worry.
This is a good pausing point.
Yeah, I think it's a good stopping point. Yeah.
That would be a good stopping point.
It's nice. I think we've split the party nicely.
Yeah.
I'll say that you guys will all catch up, so we're not trying to
screw
scour the city separately.
I think
Yeah, at
we're
least
on
I'm
the
making
same
sure we're
page,
getting
but
paid.
Yeah.
I don't trust this man. He just comes out of nowhere, offers us 100 G each. Who's he?
Yeah. Seems shady and yet earnest, but maybe that's just me being.
I mean, do
Dumb.
you want to go on an adventure? Or
I
not?
did, but I still don't
Right?
trust him for his money.
No, you're good. Well, fair enough. The question is, how far could you throw him, and do you trust him that far?
Probably can throw him pretty far. Still don't trust him.
Not very fun.
that's fair.
All right.
Question: how sensitive is Celia to light?
Why do you want to know?
She was essentially behind me, but how at daylight are we in? Like we in mid morning?
Yeah, I was about to ask, like, what
afternoon?
time is it right now as she's leaving?
Yeah, I was kind of gonna be up in the air. I think I wasn't sure when I was gonna start this, but I think just for the sake of the game, I'll say that you guys arrived at around 5 o'clock, just because of course.
Perfect.
So it's sun
So the
setting.
sun is still out then.
The sun is setting, I'll say.
Okay, that's fine.
It's like the last because you guys have been in there for a bit. I think we kind of glossed over some of that just because we didn't want to sit around for several hours just talking or having awkward pauses. I'll say that for the sake of this, at least, it will be by the time that you leave, it will be dim enough that you will not have your sunlight sensitivity bugging you at the time.
Unless
Nyla
Nyla shows up again.
Nyla.
Not to say that that will.
You're assuming she's the only one who can cast light.
I can't even cast light. I'm just that
No,
shiny.
she's just naturally bright. That's what I'm talking about. If you want to cast light, fine, cast light.
Do it. Make me extra
That's the
shiny,
thing.
man.
Depending on how the conversation with Orthos might have gone, there may have been some random object on you that instantly brightens up.
Oh. All right, we fighting. It's on site now.
Fair enough.
So wait.
I don't know if you want to know or if it's important at all. And I mean, given that Cordelia is not in a attractive state at all, but if you're still doing that redhead weakness thing, her hair is like a rather auburnish red color. But I don't know if that matters at the moment.
Also, you're looking for a redheaded dude, so Floon has been described as a redhead.
He has.
How red is the question then.
That is the question.
Also, Miss Sky, I'm not going to draw any F-bombs here, but F you, I passed the whole session.
Debatable. You walked in praising God. I'm like, oh no.
That's the
She is a
question.
paladin.
Was she already gone by the time she came in?
Yeah, I'm like, I'm pretty sure she walked in. I was like, oh no. Okay, that's it. She's done. Game over.
To be fair, you did have a Mincy-esque trait, and you couldn't get both his name right.
Yeah.
Oh no, that was the
Nickname.
point. She doesn't care for his name because of her, the way she is as a person.
Just because of the person she is and the life that she leads.
You would know.
He seems like somebody who's like, you peasant, but I'm also destined to help them. How do I do that? I'm trying
I
to
don't know.
I get that
Yeah,
vibe.
I don't know how well our characters are going to get along.
Get along.
Not get along.
Hopefully, I'm hoping that eventually you guys will grow closer, but we'll get there when we get there.
We'll see what happens.
It may
I mean,
be
I already
necessary
trashed a
to
cloak.
give us common enemies.
Burn
No,
that
my
bridge over-
Yeah.
precious cloak.
That your mother so apparently gave you.
It was my mother's most prized possession, and she passed it down to me.
Don't give her hints. Let her try and remember the story and see if she changes it.
Look, was her prized possession?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's gonna cost it's irreplaceable. But I mean, if you really maybe like 50 gold dragons to
Just
cover
50.
it, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, that sounds like a fair deal.
Yeah, I mean, it is such a priceless heirloom. Like, I can't
mean,
really
you-
put a number on it, but
It's not like
No.
you just found it like 2 hours
No,
before
no,
us.
absolutely not. No, not at all.
Yeah.
It's probably like 500,000 gold pieces.
Yeah,
per
it's
dragon.
definitely
Yeah.
around there. But you know what? Since we're companions now, just 50 will do. That's fine.
Yeah. Oh, you're so kind. It's so thoughtful.
Exactly. Mhm.
But like I said,
Mhm,
it
mhm.
has served its purpose, and it is now with
Yeah.
God.
And now I need compensation for it. God hasn't given me closure.
God
As
will
a-
bless you.
Great.
As,
Great.
as a servant of God, you should be, handing out these blessings. So, just 50 gold pieces. It's not a lot. Just
And her brilliant
Yeah.
presence is that blessing, and you can bask in it all you
That's
like.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I shine as bright as 50 gold coins, so.
Yeah.
oh god, this will be fun.
I love it so
yeah,
much.
next
I
week
know.
we're gonna get
There's a
into
part
it.
of me that just
Get
wants
into
to bait both of you into fighting each other. And there's so many ways I
Yes.
think I could do it because it doesn't look
Yes.
like it takes much.
I could.
Yeah, it will not take much.
Probably not. Like, we're trying to be so civil, but at the same time, we're just like,
Oh no, I'm not.
It's like what's the situation where it's like a vampire and a fae where like they're both trying to they both can't be impolite in the wrong ways, or else they'll like the fae will get the vampire's soul, or like the vampire will be able to eat the fae. Like you can't turn down a fae food, but then if that happens, the vampire will eat the fae.
So what
It's
you're
just
telling
a
me is I
double-edged
have to eat Nyla? I feel like that was the message I got from that story.
I mean, if that's what you're into.
Eat the rich, got it.
Not what I meant, but it's like you're just
say, like,
trying to one up each
so
other
you're
into
just
like
trying-
getting the other person to slip up.
Just waiting to like take the higher ground as soon as someone makes a mistake.
Yes.
And that's the thing. I don't think Celia's trying to take the high ground. She's just trying to milk money out of this girl.
Yeah.
We're out of game at the moment, so I'm just gonna point out that hey Celia, you're complaining about Nyla being all bright and
Shush.
Wait, he just
shiny,
cut out.
but aren't you also like your hair been
No, I mean, no
Sorry.
one knows.
your hair is
Your hair is bedazzled?
No one tells the
Bedazzled?
look.
in that art. I mean, not
Just think that
bedazzled.
Celia was
Not bedazzled, but there's
Yes,
definitely an air of
Bedazzlement?
flamboyance about her. Yeah, there's definitely an air of glamour about her.
I mean, like, look at her. She got the makeup
Yeah.
and the earrings.
Even when she fought, she was extra. She was like, I'm gonna do a jump off this chair and launch a spell, and yeah, she's
Yes.
just a little bit on the extra side.
Love
she
it.
was in a circus, wasn't
Question: how would she have reacted if, when she tried to slide the glass over towards, Candra, that if it would have just instantly blew up like a light bulb?
She probably would have hissed and launched a spell at you.
I
Oh,
need to
that-
hear her hiss.
Because I was so close to doing that as soon as you said you went for it.
Yeah, I was like, I'm just gonna go for it because she does not. She has a tendency to not think things through a lot.
Like, oh, that's mine.
So
Yeah.
you're saying that she has a Mincy complex.
Oh my gosh.
Really?
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
We're all concerned about Corey playing the Mincy-like character that we forgot to acknowledge that guy. would
Anyone
do
can play it.
Dun, dun, dun.
it. Anyone could be the Mincy character. Yeah, I am excited for this campaign. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, there's going to be a very fun
Yeah.
dynamic with this group, and I'm excited for it.
I'm very interested to see how you guys are gonna do working together.
That's
Yeah.
assuming that
Theoretically.
happens.
That's
Right? I
that's
was like,
definitely assuming.
Listen, I'm being optimistic here. Being
This
hopeful.
will be fun.
hmm
I'm excited to see how this is gonna shake out.
I don't think I've ever spoke about God this much.
Right?
God's gonna hit you with a train. Because you're acting so fucked up.
All right, guys. I love
I
y'all.
get that reference. Have a
Love
nice night
you.
and rest well.
Good
Have a
night.
nice
Good night,
guys.
good night. Thank you for hosting, Lunar.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Peace!